Bitch, do you know what time it is? I sure fucking don't.
Come back. Come out, sweetie.
Trail of what? Trash? Oh hey, I have a chest. Wow. Wait, I have an axe necklace. Well, if worst comes to worst, I'll use my tiny axe necklace to defend myself.
This old thing used to make the blood run to my head. Make me dizzy. The guy just snapped. Those poor kids.
See, eyewitness report. Atlantic Island Park incident. Officer on duty. Sheriff F. Bannerman. Witness name, Creed Norma. Norma Creed. Statement. We were waiting for our turn on the ride. Frank, me, and the boys. This fellow in the chipmunk suit is making an ice carving. While people took photographs. Lawrence wanted to go over to him, but I've always been a bit wary of those suits. They give me the creeps. It's silly, I know. Anyway, the chipmunk man. He was carving and picking away at the ice. And at first we thought he was making some animal, like a tiger or lion. As more and more ice fell away, when you first looked, it was like a human face, smiling out of that block of ice. But the more you look at it, the more you saw that there was something not quite right about the proportions. Something unnatural that made your heart begin to beat just a little bit faster. Like you were prey. That thing in the ice was a hunter. Then these teenagers walked up, and one of them made a face at the carving and said something rude to the guy in the chipmunk suit. And then, well, he went berserk. For a few moments it was chaos. Everybody was running away from the guy, who had one of the teenagers on the ground. And he was stabbing with the ice pick. Blood was spraying and people were screaming, and Frank and I had the kids and we were dragging them away as fast as we could. And the last thing I saw before Frank dragged me away was that the eyeball of one of those poor kids had landed on the ice sculpture, making the horrible creature look more or less alive. Good fucking lord. I'm sure everybody's fine.
Wait for mommy!
Do I want to ride it? Oh, good lord, what am I doing? Am I gonna get on that? Yeah, I'm getting on it.
I can't get on while it's moving.
Oh, I have to turn it off and then get on it. Wait, how am I supposed to turn it off once I get on it, though? There we go. What creepy thing is going to happen on the Octotron? How did it turn on? God, the reviews weren't kidding. There's a lot of plot holes. Like, who the fuck turned on the Octotron? Because I sure didn't. Oh, fuck! What was that? What the fuck? Oh, hello. Get me off this thing. I don't like the look. He fucking disappeared. He fucking disappeared. What? He didn't, like, into the ocean or whatever. He just... out of existence. It could have been scarier.
Oh, I remember this.
What's it doing here? God, you both need to learn how to smile.
Callum! Treachery hides in thoughts. Treachery that lashes like a whip and scars our insides. The first time I saw Callum, my thoughts betrayed me. I looked down at this wrinkled, red, bawling thing and I thought, is that it?
Christ, what?
We build our world from expectations, and the world that I had built for Callum was no different. He was so real, so there, and so far from my expectations. And they shattered, and as they fell in pieces, that one treacherous thought became a new foundation. All of the love that we shared, all of the warmth and goodness that followed, built on a single, traitorous thought.
I thought working in the park for a summer would be a lot of fun. But the end of season here really drags. There aren't that many tourists around, and so most of the staff spend their days standing around gossiping. And most of that gossip is about Chad. God, what a fucking Chad. I mean, Steve. See? Even I'm starting to call him Chad. Oh, his name's not even Chad, he's just a Chad. Even I'm starting to call him Chad, and I went to school with the guy. It's that goddamn suit. At the beginning, it was a laugh. Steve, the local, blush as Chad. The chipmunk's name is Chad. Okay, well, I bet the chipmunk's a Chad then. Everybody's name is Chad is a Chad. Okay. Oh, where was I? Child-friendly mascot at the Atlantic Island Park. Lock up your daughters, and all of that. But the more he wears that suit, the weirder Steve is getting. First it was little things, like refusing to change out of the suit at work and taking it home with him every day. But then I saw him at Susie's diner, still wearing it. It wasn't even a work day. None of the staff complained, discreetly. Park management about the smell. I saw him walking and talking with Mr. Winter, the owner, one day. But nothing seems to have changed. The suit still smells like a carcass whenever Steve walks by. Apparently Steve has picked up some new skills since the last time I saw him puking up in a gutter outside the Psycoil station. He sure as hell couldn't carve a mean ice sculpture. Those shapes he make in the ice, though. Gee, the creeps. Steve came by the booth today, lucky me. And he just hung around for a while. I couldn't really tell because of the suit, but it seemed like he was just staring at me. Sizing me up. Eye-fucking me. Whatever he was doing. He's eye-fucking me. Man, he didn't just learn how to carve ice sculptures. He learned to fuck with his eyes. Ew. I don't want to say that. I mean in a literal sense, by the way. I regret having that thought. And I won't stop. I asked him what he wanted, and he just stood there, not saying anything. Eventually, I called my supervisor, and when he came by, Steve wandered off. My supervisor told me to put everything in writing, so here it is. Also, I quit. I don't want to see that chipmunk suit ever again. Oh. Fucking jump scares. Hello. Oh, they're back in there. Hello?
Callum? Where'd you go?
The hell is this? That is horrifying. Got 6 eyes and... beak? Question mark? I'll look at it too long.
Constant crashes and 80s music. I guess it floats someone's boat.
Pick up the wrench, I need it.
Where are you?
What's this do? What? What am I looking at? Okay. What's going on in here? Why did I just see myself getting the shock fucked out of me? What was I trying to say there? Getting the shit shocked out of me, that's what I meant. Accident report. Employee name, time and day, job titles, witness. Brief description of the accident or incident. During the transport of the bumper cars into the arena, one of the straps attaching the load to the truck came untied, causing the cascade of bumper cars onto Francis, who was standing directing the driver. Francis was crushed by the weight of the cars. Francis was killed. I assume so. The injured employee see a doctor? Yes. If yes, did you file an employer's portion of a worker's compensation form? Yes. Supervisor's comments. Dexter, the truck driver, claims to have seen someone at the back of the load undoing the straps. Nobody else reported seeing that. The sheriff has requested that Dexter provide them with urine samples. I mean, well, he was working at an amusement park. I suppose he could be doing drugs. You don't work at an amusement park without doing drugs. That's my opinion. What could have been done to prevent the accident/incident? Double-checking of the straps after transit should be mandatory. Drug screening for all drivers. Have the unsafe conditions been corrected? Oh. Additional comments. The local laborers are very superstitious. This hasn't helped. Some of them are refusing to return to work until we have someone from the local church walk the park, exorcise the bad spirits. Hello? Oh, fuck me. It's fine.
Callum, where did you go?
The hell? Is there a baby over here?
Stay where you are.
Oh? Who put a baby up here?
It's a matter of public record that I am a failure as a mother. Once, when Callum was very small, I left him asleep in the car while I ran an errand. Don't even remember what it was. When I came back, the sheriff was standing next to the car, watching my boy through the window. I didn't like what I saw in his eyes. Judgment. He wrote me the ticket without saying a word. Just the scratch of his pen on the notepad. When he gave it to me, our eyes met. I know what you're going through. My daughter, Helen, she just gets some help. Help was a bolt of lightning. Help was 1,000 volts surging through my veins. Help is agony. I'd rather die. I wanted to scream. I'd rather you pulled your gun and shot me. But instead my mouth said, "Yes, Sheriff."
You left your child in the fucking car. He had every right to be angry. He should have been more than angry. He should have reported you to child services. Continually delayed by the incompetence of the builders. Problem is that they are locals, so they believe a lot of the rumors about what Old Man Henderson used to do here. They grew up on those tales. Every time a bolt comes loose or a wrench goes missing, those fools are crossing themselves against the black magic. Of course, that's why I chose this site over all the other potentials. Solomon Island is a nexus for dark energies, and the thought of all that power just dissipating beneath the earth here makes my skin crawl. Cram? Crawl? Crawl, it says crawl, not cram. Looks like an M. I called in a few favors back in Brooklyn. I got someone at the local academy to see if they had any interesting books about local history. Turns out they do. It turns out that Old Man Henderson has some pretty strong connections to the Brooklyn crowd. Perhaps something he wrote will help me find the piece of the plans that I am missing. No jump scares? There's a when it's perpendicular to my ear, or not perpendicular, parallel. If it went parallel with my ear, I can't fucking hear it. Okay. Am I going on the Ferris wheel? Oh. Better skip the line there.
So they are going to close this place down. Doesn't surprise me.
State Bureau of Fair Rides Inspection. Entire State Bureau for Fair Ride Inspections? Inspection date, September 22nd, 1980. Inspection result, unsafe. Close the park. Inspector's comments. After touring the park, riding the rides, and viewing the startling number of incidents suffered here in the park, it is this inspector's opinion that Atlantic Island Park should be shut down until Nathaniel Winter complies with all safety regulations. While I understand that there is a sensitive political relationship between Mr. Winter and the senator, I nevertheless suggest that such political considerations be set aside in condemning Atlantic Island Park. The rides, at first glance, appear well constructed and maintained, but the sheer number of incidents in the park during the last few years, and during construction, lead me to believe that there is something wrong at the base level of construction, and we should close the park and fully investigate these flaws. To wit, here is a partial list of failures in the park since opening only 2 years ago. Family of 3 killed when a roller coaster cart derailed. 14 separate incidents of broken bones and crushed ribs while riding the Octotron. God, and I wrote that. 3 suicides from the top of the Ferris wheel. A child seriously injured on the escalator. Over a dozen children reported missing in the House of Horrors since its construction. See, if children go missing in a House of Horrors, I think there's more going on than bad construction. 1 report of a drowning in the Tunnel of Tales. They probably drowned themselves so they didn't have to go through it. So boring. Sheer volume of incidents means that it is my strongest recommendation that Atlantic Island Park be closed immediately. Oh god, my frame rate. Do I need to turn down the anti-aliasing? For the moment, that's all I got going for me now.